Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
What's up and welcome into Right Comboed. This is episode 9er and we are brought to you by Ma Mitchell's Meatloaf, made to order since 1988. I'm Trav on the ones and twos spinning tracks tonight. And with me, of course, is three of the usual four muck piles. Eric couldn't make it tonight. We love you, buds. He had a bunch of stuff going on. And so that's the way she goes, fellas, and the way of the road, if you will. With me tonight, though, we've got the ship's captain, Keeg and Herbert. Keegs, how you doing? You got a new mic, buddy? You're sounding crispy. What up?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hopefully it sounds a lot better than I have before. But I'm good. I'm good, man.
It's so clear. I can feel it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, nothing like that $70 I spent today. I'm good though. I'm good. How are you doing, Trav?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Busy week, busy couple weeks ahead. Super excited for some stuff upcoming, though. Thanks for asking, buddy. Appreciate that. Right below me on screen is the special delivery, the mailman, Brian Mitchell. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Good, man. Yeah, doing good. Nice to be back. Nice to have you back, Keeg. Hope your last go around at work was good. How'd it go for you?
Same old, actually. Had to do 2 extra days of work, which was torture, basically. But I'm gonna have to do it again this week too. I only get 4 days off this set of days off, which sucks.
Dang.
You know,
Poor guy.
Stuff out there.
Yeah.
half my days off are gone.
Yeah. Carl Johnson, how are you doing this evening, buddy? What's crack-a-lacking in your world?
Not a thing, man. Nothing. Glad to be back.
Nothing at all.
Don't jump out of your seat or nothing there, bud.
No. I think we're all at that point in our lives where there is literally nothing new happening to us. So, yeah, nothing.
Pretty much.
Other than just watching the last podcast that you guys had and being super envious, I wasn't a part of that one.
Oh, buddy, we're gonna get
episode.
It's hard, isn't it, Kyle?
It was pretty fun, man. Yeah, that last one was a good one. It was fun.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I listened to it a few times in the car driving, and like I was shouting at you guys, like I don't know, just like wanted to put my opinion in
your opinions and answers at your stereo.
I agree with so many of them. Like that's why we're friends. We don't disagree very often, and we stay pretty true to what we believe in. I'm just like fucking like I want to be part of that. It was a good episode.
Okay. So let's get into it, Carl.
Kyle? I agree.
What was your big takeaway? What was? Do we have any terrible takes on anything?
No. For me, it was just like you guys talking about space without me. It was like
That's kind of hard to do.
Kicking the nuts, right?
Yeah.
Kicking the nuts. Just right off the top of my head, you guys were talking about the moon landing and about the photos not having stars in the background, and I have a little bit of background in photography, and that's just really easy to explain why there are no stars in the background. I'm not sure if you guys have been outside at night with a full moon and it's super bright out there. The moon's a pretty bright object, right? So imagine standing on this big bright thing and you're trying to take a picture. It's like there's exposure values. So when it's really bright around there, your exposure needs to be really quick. So they're taking really fast shots. So that means in the background, you're not going to pick up much light because your foreground is so bright that there's no chance you'll ever get a star. It's like, I guess you can't say it's like taking a picture in the day and expecting to see stars, but it's just like, it's a camera thing. That's what that was. And and the flag moving, that's just totally explained with just how momentum carries and not zero gravity because there's no such thing, but minimal gravity. Yeah, I don't know. Those ones just jumped me. And then obviously Sasquatch. Sasquatch is
Do
for real.
you believe in Sasquatch or what? He's out there. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
multiple though. Multiple.
Yeah. Yes, Sasquatch. How do you pluralize? Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard stories about Sasquatch like in the Cowichan Valley, but
no.
Yeah, I think I want to say that Steve Parsons has heard stories from local Indians. I don't know. I could be really wrong about this, but like tribe around there talking about how they have had run-ins with Sasquatch and Cowichan, and the way that they describe it is, it's a very serious thing that they talk about, and it's not a joking thing. Yeah, heard it a couple of times, and
it's because it's real.
In it.
Exactly. It's real.
It's there.
That's no fucking joke.
Yeah, they could be out there. They're just super good at hide and seek, like champions for sure.
Totally.
And for the moon landings, the states have landed on the moon more than that one time. They've landed on there. They've done multiple moon missions where they landed there, but people forget about it. And all the conspiracy theorists just are like, oh, they've only done it one time. Why wouldn't they go again? But they have. They've landed on there a bunch of times. It's just nobody cares about the third, fourth, or eighth person that goes walking on the moon.
They care about the one that they can bitch about and say is fake.
Yeah.
But Area 51,
and they're doing a new mission there too.
Yeah, there's a Canadian astronaut going up on it.
Dope. Represent, dog.
Yeah, man. Should be cool.
Keeg, any more takeaways from last episode before we move along?
Area 51, yeah, that's definitely. I don't know if we got aliens over there or they got aliens over there, but I mean, it's very obviously a super top secret place for like experimental aircraft and all kinds of experimental technology. So I don't know. There could be like a crashed alien ship down there. Who knows? But it probably, if they do, I'll bet you it doesn't look like a flying saucer.
Yeah.
It probably looks way cooler than that.
That's kind of my point. Like if they have that kind of technology, I think even if their shit crashed, I'm pretty sure they would overpower whatever humans are trying to keep them contained in that little area. So like, I don't know, man. I don't think we're fucking with aliens. If they have the technology to get here, like we are like lifetimes away from technology to get like outside of our galaxy, right? So their shit is up to speed. They're like the Japan of the universe.
Well,
you know what I mean?
To
like
get
Japan's always ahead of us.
Travis, you're making me so proud right now. Like the fact that you've been, like,
I have been a good grasshopper, Kyle. I have been a good science and space grasshopper. I love it.
Totally.
I appreciate it.
One other
like a badge of honor.
Yeah, if shit's crashing around here, like we probably won't even comprehend what it is, and like it's gonna be a probe or something, right? It's not gonna be. We won't even recognize it. But
maybe
they're winning.
Maybe they already have shit like Star Trek. And they're just like fucking beaming down to Earth anytime they want, beaming up to the mothership anytime they want, and we just have no idea it's even out there.
Yeah, like they got scrotum looking forehead.
Like
and shit.
Area 51, like Area 50. Yeah, Area 51 is probably like the Men in Black border crossing, in the movies where like their headquarters is like a border for intergalactic space travel. That's what Area 51 is.
Yeah,
interesting.
They're all just custom, like they're all like Earth border agents. Protecting us from Balchinians.
Check in with Will Smith. He probably knows.
Yeah.
He probably knows for sure. All right, boys. So I'm going to get into this week's.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Kyle. Yeah. Sorry.
Not too fast here.
Sorry, it was kind of lagging on my side there. Another big takeaway I had from the last one was tipping. And Brian, your story made me throw up in my mouth. I don't know who this
what are you talking about?
But
the no tip guy, the guy who doesn't
the no tip guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I props to you for saying something, and I completely agree. I would not go out with that person or be seen with them in public in that situation ever
Fucking
again. Because
embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
it's brutal. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like it is getting carried away a little bit. You know, you go to Subway and they're like,
Right.
I want $5 for, you know,
Dude, Starbucks
doing my
debit
job.
machines asked me for and the minimum total they have preset was 15% on a Starbucks drink at the drive-through
Yeah.
debit
Yeah.
machine.
Dude, Subway
Yeah.
sandwich artists are wanting.
Yeah.
Well, like their machines ask for tips now. I'm like,
It's fucking
Cut it out.
crazy.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man. Like,
So it is
7-Eleven's
getting a
going to be
little
expecting
carried
that
away,
soon.
but in like a situation where you're going somewhere where you know you're going to spend a couple $100 on dinner, you better be prepared to be spending, you know, $100 or whatever on a service charge, because not only you're not just tipping on a server, you're tipping on the food as well too, right? Those servers sometimes have to tip out the kitchen. So if your food is really good, you need to tip on that because you're coming back there for food. Consistent, good food deserves tips as well. It's not just service. So like you got to take that into consideration. So if you're going somewhere where the food's unreal,
what if Kyle? What if it's bad service but a good kitchen? Now, are you gonna go? Excuse me, do you guys tip out the kitchen with your tips?
100%.
And then when they say yes, you you just let them know, okay, this isn't for you. This is for the kitchen. You can just.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say no. This isn't for you. But I would ask that question. I would say, do you tip out the kitchen? And if they're like no, I'd be like, well, here's your 10% or whatever. Like a bad tip would be. But it is a good question to ask. Like, do you tip out the kitchen? Because if your food was unreal and like you want to, and you know, say you had a really pain in the ass order, and you want to reflect that, you know, just you got to tip on that as well. But yeah, I agree with Brian on everything he said about tipping, and props to you for saying something.
Yeah.
Because that made me angry when you said that. I was like, I want to get down. We're going to talk after this.
Just the fact that it was like just his belief. Like, man, you can't have a belief like that. Like, I just don't believe in tipping. Like,
you're cheap.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
It's not like a unicorn or Santa. Like tips happen. People do that. Like believe in it. You know what I mean? Like,
in North America,
the way that's framed, I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm really fucking broke. I could only afford that dinner. Might be passable, you know what I mean? It's kind of shitty move. Don't even go. But you know what I mean? I don't believe in tipping. Like,
yeah, you can't go to the grocery store and be like, I don't believe in taxes. Sorry, I'm not.
I'm
just not going to pay them. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a little extreme. I mean,
or you steal it. I don't believe in paying.
If you're hungry and you can't tip, fuck yeah, you go out for dinner.
Then you should go to the grocery store. Then
you're not going to a place that's going to reach the top end of your budget, though. You know what I mean? Like if you have $100, I'm not going to a place where the cashier comes with the bill and I'm fucking sketched that it's going to be $101. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're going to fucking Red Robin, and that money, that $100 is going a long way.
Yeah.
You go to McDonald's 4 times.
Get nappies. Yep.
Dude, Red Robin's is the best.
It's the dank. Yeah, I think we went there like
Chelsea hates that place.
Before last.
Seriously?
Yeah, I know. She's
Chelsea. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I agree.
No. All right, fellas, we're gonna move into this week's content here. Good show. Thanks to everybody who's checking us out on the social media channels. Got them bumping a little bit lately. I'm having fun with the social media stuff, guys. I like the graphics and stuff like that. So I've been making some short clips and having some fun with it, trying to do some shit on my phone. So hope everyone is liking it. If you follow us on the socials, and if you don't, what are you waiting for? Go do it. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then we're posting some YouTube shorts for short form content as well. And the main episodes can be found on the YouTube channel. Right Comboed is the handle on all of them. So check it out there. And then we're on a bunch more audio platforms as well. So check the episode description for your favorite platform. We've got one of those little like landing pages for all of our content too. It's rightcomboed.start.page. I'll put that in the little description as well, because that's an easy way to find all of the stuff you're looking for. So thanks again to everybody who's tuned in, especially Kyle's mom. She's crushing it out there. Thanks again, Jube, for being our #1 fan. It's awesome. And yeah, boys, fun show tonight. Fun show. It's kind of there's a bit of theme to the show today. It's a little bit centered around content. So we're going to talk about a little bit of our content consumption and our content creation. We got a couple other segments kind of wrapped within there, and I'm super stoked for that. A couple of new wrinkles to add that you guys haven't seen just yet. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, we're going to start with the content consumption, fellas. We're going to talk about some of our favorite things to soak up, and we're going to start with social media accounts. I got to say, fellas, I used to be like super Twitter heavy, and there's lots of good accounts on there, but I was mainly dialed into the fantasy football stuff. So as far as like entertainment content, it was really, if fantasy football is not your bag, those wouldn't have been it. But been getting into Instagram lately, and there's a ton of good shit on there. Really, really good accounts to follow. TikTok's got some funny ones as well, but I haven't really scrolled there quite as much. Brian, this was actually your question. You threw it out there last week after the show for something for us to talk about. And so I'm going to let you fire away with the first one. What are some of your favorite social media accounts to follow? And you could even like toss YouTube stuff in there as well.
Oh, for sure. Okay. So, actually, yeah. So starting with YouTube, one I definitely like on there is that Hot Ones show. Where they bring in celebrities and you just eat hot wings with them, and they go through the whole Scoville scale, 1 to 10, whatever it is.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you watch them all, or do you watch them for celebrities that you know and like?
I binged it, so I watched one after another. Didn't matter who was on it. That's a fucking great show, man. It's awesome. It's so simple, but whatever formula they use to create that, and they seem to be doing very well. I'm usually laughing pretty good when I'm watching that. So that's for YouTube.
He's a great
that's
interviewer.
Dude,
yeah, he's fucking awesome. What's his name again?
I'll find out.
I can't fucking remember his name, but yeah, he's good interviewer. The one with like Will Ferrell's super funny, and
Sean Evans. Sean Evans.
That's right, Sean Evans. Yeah,
Evans.
Yeah.
It's just a funny premise. Like people are suffering and they're trying to answer questions.
Simple, but just so fucking funny and very well done. I love it.
Yeah, good call.
Okay. So, and then for Instagram, there's one that I'm digging right now. It's called PD USA. Not sure if you guys have seen this one.
No.
It's fucking funny, man. My buddy Gabe and I are constantly sending back and forth these PD USA things, and they're funny. It's this one actor, but he plays several different characters, and he just goes and does back and forth between them in his whole video, and it's funny situations, and he's just super funny. Check it out. His Instagram thing is pd.usa. You guys dig it?
P-E-Y, like Pete?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then of course, like Theo Vaughn is fucking hilarious. I love listening to him, whether that's on, if it's popping up on TikTok or an Instagram reel, a 10-seconder from him usually has you laughing. So I think he's
always
fucking
good.
He's out there, man.
Yeah.
Like he's just different. No one really doesn't like him. I like his style.
It's a different cat.
Yeah.
Different cat.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
That's what I got for the social medias. That's what I like right now. There's a few more, but those are my ones I'm digging right now.
I dig it. Keegs, how about you? What kind of content do you soak up on your phone?
You know what? I'm still really new to podcasts. Like, other than our own, one of the only ones I've really listened to is the It's Always Sunny podcast with the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That one's pretty good. That was pretty funny. I just started to kind of listen to Theo Vaughn a little bit, like this past weekend one. That clip I saw about his wearing sandals with pants. It's like absolutely hilarious, man. His feet feel naughty. They feel so naughty.
So good.
I don't know. I follow, like, for Instagram, for pages I follow that are pretty good. Like, there's a bunch of boating ones, but the main, like, you guys probably follow the Qualified Captain.
No.
Ooh, no.
Not even you, B?
I don't think so. No.
You guys need to give that a follow on Instagram. That'll you guys will like that. There's like loads of videos of boat ramp champs.
Okay.
That's their hashtag, and it's just dudes. It's just dudes funny. Trying to back up boats into the water and shit, man. It's fucking brutal.
Oh, that's funny.
Awesome.
Some of the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Nice.
What else is there? I don't know. There's a bunch of other stuff, I guess. Like there's probably more things I follow on Instagram than podcasts I listen to for sure, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are kind of the first ones that come to my mind right now.
I dig it. Theo Vaughn is just like, I just want to kind of touch on him before we move to Kyle. He's like, you know that like most of the shit that he says is made up, but the way that he rattles it off, like it's just second nature. Like he is an absolute genius underneath that. Like, you know, he just seems like Southern, like it's so normal to him. The shit that he said, it's just so normal, right? Talking about some of this shit and like when he's talking about like the tism and all, like fuck, he's just so natural about shit that you would like never talk about. And it's just his delivery is just so incredible. And the fact that he just rattles it off like all of that shit has actually happened to him in his life just blows my mind, man. Like, nobody has ever done anything like that.
There's one I'm thinking of where he's sitting down, and I think it's for a podcast, and there's these two nerdy guys, and they sit down, and they're like, "We're here. It's Theo. We're here with Theo Vaughn. He's been cracking us up. Anyways, we're here to talk to her or whatever." And he's just cracking up, and he's like, you know what? I'm like, you know what you guys got? We back home, we got lots of it. We call it autism, and like the two guys just start cracking up. They're like, we probably do, but he's just like he's scoping things through like a different set of eyeballs. He's a great guy. Like it's so funny because his content's so quick, and it's just everything he says is just so fast and it's so funny.
Yeah, dude. If we could go back to our episode where we got to choose, a celebrity to sit down with, I don't think any of us said we would have dinner with Theo Vaughn. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
But you know what?
All those
none of you said
at a dinner table.
Yeah,
none of you said like Bill Nye. I was like Bill Nye would definitely be somebody I sit with.
Yeah, that'd be
fair.
Pretty cool.
To each their own, Keeg. Come on, don't try to force.
Those are different people.
Right. One of our pet peeves, Keegan, was people trying to force things on us. So watch out.
And one uppers. So you know what? Go back to your ship, man.
I'll just be over here in my little tin boat, Keeg. Yeah. Oh, Kyle, how about you? What's some of your favorite shit?
Man, I legit don't follow anybody on any social media. I just kind of let it do its thing, run its algorithms on me. I get a lot of Barstool shit. That's funny, but I honestly don't follow.
You have to start following stuff. You have to.
I should, but the algorithm itself is just does such a good job that.
Yeah, but it's called curating your timeline. Like you're gonna teach it all of the stuff, and so much other funny shit that you're interested in is gonna come out of the woodwork that you had never seen, Carl. I promise you.
Yeah.
See, but here's the thing.
Follow like 10 accounts, just 10 accounts that you like. Follow 10, and then it's gonna blow your dick off.
Yeah.
But for me, like I try to not spend too much time on it, and I hate that the algorithm does such a good job at like fascinating me so much that I'm just like I'm looking at it and laughing my ass off every time I get on a roll. I'm just like, fuck, it's got me. Like this fucking thing has got me. I'm hooked on it. I've been looking at my phone for 40 minutes or whatever. So if I accidentally like something, I completely unlike it because I don't want it to know what I like, because then it fucking gets me. And next thing you know, I'm gonna spend just way too much time on this fucking social media. You know, that's even with like the podcasting thing. It's a little hesitant because it's like I want to not be so involved with staring at my phone, but this is not staring at my phone, so this is great. But like when I was first going into it, I'm like, fuck, it's more time just spend on this shit. Yeah, because literally every second that I have, I'm like, what's hilarious on my phone? Because that's the thing, because everything's so good. Like, you know, you get
so much funny
Theo
shit.
Vaughn
so
reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get science shit.
Boat ramp
You know, if I
champs.
start
People
liking
falling down,
astronomy,
people farting.
yeah, I like one space post, and then I'm down a rabbit hole for 4 weeks, and I haven't gone to work. Like next thing you know, I know everything about the universe, but I have no paycheck and I'm homeless. That's how it works, man.
Pretty sweet trade-off.
It's slippery slope, boys. Social
Yeah.
media is a gateway
Well,
drug to homelessness.
Well, you got to at least go
But
on
yeah,
and heart our videos.
love it, but I love it, but I honestly just don't follow shit because I'm sincerely entertained all of the time.
Right on. Bravo to the algorithm is all I got to say. That's my big takeaway there then.
Yeah, that's right.
You're mad at it for doing a good job at what it's meant to do. Like it's doing a good job. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I got a couple here, boys. Okay, first and foremost on Instagram, Che Durena, Canadian comedian.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he's from Alberta
Yeah,
somewhere.
he's good too, man. Follow me, you fucking idiot.
Hilarious. He's got like he does like remixes of videos where he green screens the video behind himself, and it's like, you know, like chicks in nice clothes and stuff like that. And he's like just talking about their corn cutters and stuff. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Like it's just his sayings for things are next level. It's like, yeah, you would never think of some of the shit that he says, and it just
he's good.
Crack right up.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's one of my favorite.
Are you gonna have a list?
No, not a fat one. Not a fat one. No. Why?
No,
What
I
of
mean
it?
like a list for what everyone's saying right now, because I'm gonna start following everything.
Oh, I got a bit of a list. And also, Kyle, make sure you subscribe to Right Combo on YouTube and tune into the episode on Friday when it's released. And you can get those episodes or those social media things. But I will put it in. I'll put it into the episode description so people can have a look and see what we like there for sure.
He wants you to personally text it to him later. That's what he wants.
Not sure about that, bud. Not sure about that, but maybe I will. I'll start sending them off in the group chat, and maybe one day you'll follow one of them, Kyle.
Cheddarain is good, man.
Sorry, my
he's
internet,
funny.
everything's getting really choppy right now. You guys are totally cutting out.
That's okay. We're just talking mad shit about you. It's all good. Yeah, he is pretty funny. He's Canadian dude too, which you love to see. He's actually touring a lot in the States and stuff, so he's doing really well. And you see clips of him on podcasts and stuff, so it's good. Nice. I've actually like lately, since we've been doing this, boys, it's super nerdy, but I've been following like social media marketing accounts that show you how to do like tricks and shit for making social media stuff and promoting and things like that. Pretty interesting. Like some of the stuff, I like the graphic design type stuff, and so tinkering with that's pretty fun. Of course I got all my sports ones, and but yeah, I think Che Durena is probably my number one. Of course, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura is incredible. Yeah. He's got YMH Studios, which is I think like a brand that I think it's him and his wife do, and his wife does some podcasts with people on there too. She is fucking hilarious too, and that's YMH Studios, so check that out. But yeah, that's all I can think of so far. I do a lot of MMA content, so I'm pretty much like a UFC bro now, guys. But since the pandemic, when there was no sports, I'm a sports fiend. You guys know that. And so I was just craving some live competition, and UFC was still going. And so here I am, but it's amazing. And it's a badass sport. Keegs, you and I remember we used to watch it on like Spike TV back when we were like kids. And, it was cool back then because there was dudes punching each other in the face. But now that I know like some of the techniques and some of the like, different scrambles that the guys do when they're grappling and stuff, it's a crazy sport to get into, so highly recommend. But yeah, I do a lot of that, which is different. So that's kind of my social media jams there. But let's talk about stand-up comedians. This was another one that you brought up there, Bri, and I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit with Theo Vaughn. I talked about Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Those are two of my faves. They're like you can go back. You can go back to their stand-up specials on Netflix whenever you want, and it's always going to crack you up. Bill Burr is always a classic, so those are some of mine as well. But I would like to leave the floor open. Keegs, why don't you start us off with some of your favorite stand-up comedians?
Oh, man. You know who used to be really good when we were like younger, had a lot of really good jokes I always thought was really funny, was Dane Cook. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but he was really
BK
funny.
Lounge, the BK Lounge.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got like an 8-minute joke about sneezing, which I always found absolutely hilarious.
I know that one. Yeah.
I'm sure we all love Mr. Chappelle. Absolutely hilarious. Even his new stuff that everybody's hating on and is all controversial about. I don't care. It's all hilarious.
I think it's so funny.
Usually, like, I don't know who else has some new stuff out. That's Bert Kreischer. That guy is pretty damn funny. Like,
he's the funniest. Have you watched all of his, Keeg?
I haven't seen a lot of his stand up. Like, I've only ever seen like certain jokes. I don't think I've ever watched a full
Do you know what
full show?
The funniest thing that he has ever done is his inspirational speech about how he'll never stop drinking, and why. Tell me, you guys have seen this?
I don't know if
I think I've seen a clip of it at least.
Oh, it's unbelievable. He lists all these beautiful reasons why it's the dumbest thing ever to stop drinking. I know you don't drink, Trevor. Whatever. He's like, that moment when your buddy comes in and he wants to cheers you and you crack a drink and you're making plans to go to Mexico. That moment when your flight attendant brings you a mini drink to your seat. He's like, I can never give it up. Like it just will never. He spits it off really good. You guys should check that out.
Oh,
it's funny.
Yeah.
You got to watch his stand-up special called The Machine, Keegs. It's the one that kind of made him famous because he talks about I'm actually not even going to spoil it too much, but
I've seen that joke. I've seen that joke.
Yeah,
where he is the machine. Yeah, I've seen that one like lots of times.
There's another joke on there about how his before he met his wife, he was like a prancing stallion or whatever. And other mares would try and entice him with carrots, but carrots are actually blowjobs. And then he talks about how, him and his wife, caught him or so. I don't know if she's, I can't remember, but she caught him, and then like the carrots are fewer and farther between, and he's just like an old packing mule now and stuff like that. It is so funny. Me and Sabrina will watch that from time to time, and we just piss our pants listening to it. So I highly recommend all of Bert Kreischer's too. He instantly just takes his shirt off at the start of his shows, and he goes and he drinks the whole time. He's so funny. So probably the best out right now.
I'd say one of the other funniest guys is
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, he's good.
He used to.
I think I've seen some. Yeah,
he used to be real funny.
Yeah, his jokes were just like quick one-liners. Man, he was unreal. Like so, like ahead of his time. It's just so funny.
Mitch Hedberg. I'll put him on the list, Kyle. Just so you don't forget.
What about this newer guy? His name's I think his name's Matt Rife. Have you heard of him?
I've seen his clips on Instagram and shit.
So I seen one or two of them, and I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty funny. So I went down a rabbit hole and started watching a whole bunch of them, and now it's like all that pops up on my Instagram reel. Man, he is fucking funny. He's good. He's one of those comedians that will like pick out people in the audience and work off of them, and he does it really, really well.
That's impressive.
Does he do it politely?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes he does cross that line, and that's when it gets extra funny. Is when he does.
Nice.
Yeah, he
like one of
the best ones that I seen was he's calling out a black dude in the audience, and he ends up borrowing his jacket, and he's about to reach in his pockets, and the guy in the audience is like, don't do that. He's like, oh, is there something illegal in here? And somehow he ends up going into all the pockets, like convincing the guy to let him. And he's calling what he thinks it's going to be as he's feeling around. He's like, "Oh, pack of smokes, eh? Let me guess, Newports." And they were Newports. And like, and he had like some, he had like a pipe in there and shit. It was pretty funny, man. I was like dying. Like,
okay, awesome. I got him on the list too. I did.
Yeah, he's good.
We could do an ode to the classics, boys. Eddie Murphy Delirious is one of the best stand-up specials that's ever been made of all time.
Absolutely. Yeah, so good.
Remember when Cat Williams was popping off? Cat Williams.
Yeah, he was making some
unreal.
Hey,
when he was like
Chris Rock?
Not first coming out, but like his couple stand-ups that were on point a couple of years ago were like top notch. So good.
Yeah,
and then didn't he have some kind of issue where he became unpopular there for a while.
Yeah, he's
sure,
Kyle's
speaking his
probably the
mind.
only Kyle's probably the only one that would remember this. But I'm pretty sure he had some kind of controversial shit go down, and then he was kind of like, I don't know, he just wasn't around for a long time. But I feel like he's been I've been seeing stuff with him popping back up lately.
We'll keep
Yeah,
an eye
I
out
don't know
for that.
anything about that.
No.
Don't know.
Okay, boys. So I'm going to move us along to a new segment this week. It's a debut segment. You guys don't know about this. I might be in cahoots with somebody a little bit on this, but where this stems from, fellas, is that I was trying to think about what our niche is as a podcast, like what like our target audience and stuff would be. And I think of us as like a lifestyle and entertainment pod. Probably our demographic is dudes from like 18 to 35 type stuff. But I think we offer a little bit more than that. And I think with all 5 of us, including Eric, I think we could probably kind of appeal to a bunch of different sub niches, or have kind of sub niches within the podcast. I don't like saying the word niche. It's kind of like
Niche.
it's kind of like I feel weird about it. It's our niche. Yeah. And so I figured I wanted to tap into the hobbies and the expertises that we all have. We got a wealth of experience in different areas all over the place, boys. And I think we have some stuff to offer there. So I thought we'd do a bit of a segment where we provide advice or maybe some pro tips on things people can do towards our certain hobbies. So Kyle, I think of you, maybe some golf stuff, maybe some golf course upkeep, maybe some do's and don'ts on the golf course. Keeg, you've probably got a lot of stuff from on the ship. If you're riding a ferry, things not to do, a bunch of stuff to do with all of your work that you've done in that industry. So we'd love to hear that. Eric's got barbecuing, electrical stuff, because he's an electrician. So I think we bring a lot to the table, fellas. And so this is the debut segment, and it's called Just the Tip.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip. Shoot. Fucking shoot.
Love it.
Yeah, there's a little surprise there, a little MacGruber clip on there.
That's right.
I'm gonna fill you up. So
Nice.
the first installment of Just the Tip is going to come from our very own Brian Mitchell. As the avid fisherman, I asked Brian if he would bring a pro tip for fellow fishermen out there. So Brian, take it away, my man.
Sure. Number one, obviously, it's fishing. Don't take it too serious. Just be having a good time out there. Definitely recommend having cold beverages, more than just a few. And another good one is to always check to make sure your boat plug is in before you launch your boat.
That is a good tip.
Don't want to be on ramp champs. Don't want to be on ramp champs.
Yeah, definitely want to do that. Found that out the hard way once or twice.
Did you? Tell us a little bit about that, Brian.
Well, I mean, you just you go to launch your boat off, you unclip from the trailer, you're pushing it out, and you just see your back end going down. You're like, oh, fuck. you gotta really get it back up in the trailer fast enough so you can drive up and drain out. Otherwise, you're bucketing it out, right? Not fun.
Oh, that would be a shitty way to start off your fishing day for sure.
Yeah, not good.
And if you go out there and you don't catch any fish, I think it might be a little bit hard not to take that too serious, B. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I've driven up and from Victoria and launched at Shawnigan and forgot both boat batteries before and the boat plug. It's brutal. Just not meant to happen.
Yeah, that day's over. That fishing day is over.
Right on. You just go home and start drinking heavily and smoke weed and forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it pretty quick, probably. Forget about it pretty quick.
Totally.
Awesome. Right on, Bry. So those three tips for fishermen out there just to start. And there's going to be more, Bry. We're going to be tapping into this all over the place.
Sure. We can get serious about it if you want. Yeah.
If you got if you got bigger pro tips that you want to elaborate on or whatever, I'd love to hear that. And boys, for that segment, tell me each week. I'm going to say who's got a pro tip. Let me know if you got something. Because I want to share that. Chop it out as a little clip. Maybe get some fishing bros on board listening to the Right Combo podcast, because it's going to be a lot of that stuff for you boys coming this summer, and I'm excited to hear about it.
Nice.
All right, hope you guys like the new segment. and the little intro video I whipped up today with
That was
that little
good,
sound
man.
clip there. Thought you guys might like that, and I wanted to have a little surprise for you on the show today. Okay, so the next part of this show, we talked about content consumption, and now we're going to talk about content creation, boys. And this is our content that we create, right? You guys have never podcasted before. It's been a super fun ride doing this with you guys. I have created content in the fantasy football space before, had a lot of fun doing it. I felt like we put a little bit of a dent in there. We had some sponsors and stuff like that, so I feel like I got some good relative experience to that. But yeah, boys, so first I want to talk about pre-pod. Okay, pre-podcast earlier today. What are you doing to get ready for the podcast? Bri, why don't you kick us off?
Oof. Not gonna lie, I usually like look at the docket and to see what's going on. I'll open it like when it's sent earlier in the week, and then fast forward to today. About an hour before, I'll open it up and I'll look. Go, yep. Because if I do it earlier in the day, then it's usually just not fresh in my head. Like something I want to say will slip out of there. So yeah, I usually do it within the hour of before we all meet up on here, and no, that seems to be nice. So plus I'm like just usually like pretty busy doing other things, throughout the day if I'm working or whatever.
Yeah, and it's kind of busy getting ready because like we all got like families and shit we got to deal with, so we got to make sure they're all set in order before we dive into the lab and start podcasting. Yeah, I feel that, buddy.
That's great. Yeah, we're picking up kids and grocery shopping and doing that kind of shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Kyle, what about you? What does that look like before the podcast out at the Jones residence?
Well, you put it out nice and early, so like we can get a big head start on it. Take a look at it once, and then like Brian, I'll take a look at it again just before the show to get it fresh. But right from the get-go, don't like thinking about it too much, because I have this really bad habit where if I know a conversation's coming up, I think about everything I need to say about it. Like I work out every single conversation branch that could possibly happen. And if it's a serious conversation, it keeps me up at night, but like, that's what I do. So if I look at it and I'm like, oh fuck, I could have won. And that's what happened with the one that I couldn't make it. I was like the whole time, even while you guys were probably recording it, I was thinking about, like what I could have said and stuff. So I try not to look and dive too much into it, because I go on tangents inside my own head, and I try to keep it for here. And yeah, check it out again. Like anyone who doesn't know, Travis is the heart, soul, and blood of this. He keeps it going. And any quality content that comes out of this podcast is because of Travis. Like 100%.
No, man. No, the quality comes from us getting together and shooting the shit. I just package it up all pretty. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Good stuff. What about your setup, Kyle? What do you do for your setup?
What do you mean? Like what I'm recording on?
Yeah, all your gear.
Well, before it was like I had it on. So I was recording from my phone, streaming to my laptop, going to my TV so I can like see it on decent size. But that just got really annoying. And then actually Liam Burton made a comment saying, get closer to the fucking screen or something, or the camera. Yeah. So shout out Liam. Here I am.
Shout out Liam.
A little closer.
There he is.
So now it's just the laptop, man. We don't get the wide view of Brody hanging out anymore, but yeah,
that's okay.
Turn on the laptop and that's it.
That looks good.
Is that Liam's an avid viewer or listener then?
Fucking better be.
Well, I mean, he made one comment and it affected my entire podcast career. So
there's you know what?
Kyle hasn't stopped thinking about it since.
There's a couple of guests we should invite onto the show.
What's that, Keeg?
Official invite for Liam and Homeschool to come join the show sometime.
Yeah, Homeschool already said that he would love to. Homeschool already said that he would love to, and I'll absolutely check in with Liam, because having those beauties on the show would be fucking something else, man. Wow.
Yeah, I was just talking to those two guys today.
Yeah, me and Homeschool message every once in a while. It's a blast, man. We message each other hilarious shit. I love it. I love it.
He's
And
leaving
Liam's got
Egypt right
Liam's
now.
got a 1-year-old now. Liam's got a 1-year-old.
Yeah,
now.
I didn't even,
Love to
dude. I didn't
see
even
it,
know he had a
boys.
kid.
Love to see
Crazy.
it, boys. Woo! Had to
Yeah.
be, Dad. Had to be. Keeg, what does pre-pod look like for you? Are you changing shitty diapers and feeding that baby girl, or what? I guess you're not feeding that baby girl.
Well, no, Chelsea does all that. Even with she's even eating like salmon and veggies, all that kind of great, new baby
Dang,
stuff.
that a girl. I guess, yeah. I meant just breastfeeding. I'm sure all her other food you're feeding her, but I just,
That's getting good. No, to be honest, I prep for this just like I used to prep for all of my high school exams. I look at the show sheet as we're signing in here, and and then I'm ready to go, sort of, kind of. That's why I probably, sound unprepared most of the time, which is
you sound
going to
great
be my
tonight,
thing.
Keegan.
That's going to be my
you
thing.
Sound great.
But that's honestly how I prepare for it. Today, I went and got a mic, so hopefully
you got a new mic.
Actually sound okay, because usually it's like this muffled sound on a laptop microphone. So yeah, that's it. That's it though. Yeah, it gets muffled in there.
Yeah, keep that thing trimmed. Yeah, you can't have any tippers hanging down.
Yeah, that's it though, man. Super prepared 10 minutes before the camera turns on.
Nice. Well, I would I would like to say that mine's simple, boys, but it's not quite. It's not quite. It's not too bad.
Being a father of 4 and working from home, and also going to the office.
The pre-pod is actually not bad at all. The post-pod is a little bit more in like the social media promotion and stuff, but like 50 to 60% of it I can do on my phone. Like I create the show sheet on my phone, easy peasy, send it over to you guys. And I'm the same as you as far as the show sheet. I don't really look at it much. Like I'll if I have things to add to it, I'll pop in there and add. So I kind of in the back of my mind know what we're going to talk about. But for the most part, I'm not in there. I'm not making notes or anything. I want the conversation to be natural. I want whatever pops out of my head. Sometimes I'll have some concepts that I want to throw in if we're making lists of like social media accounts and stuff like that. But that's about it for the show sheet prep. Usually I'll make sure that we got our overlay dialed in. So the thing that's got all of our names here on the screen, just in case anybody's missing the show. I have a bunch of preset ones, but tonight we had no Eric, so I had to make sure that we had one with all 4 of our names in it and stuff like that. Made that little video that went into our new segment, Just the Tip. I made that earlier. And yeah, just making sure the stream is there and the link gets over to you guys on time. Make sure my kids are fed and stuff. So that's my pre-pod. Super, super easy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's not just
like, we check it out before we're about to go.
You just 10 up us.
If you guys saw me doing it and saw like the system that I've got for it, it's not too bad. And honestly, it is 100% worth it to me because this is a lot of fun and I love doing it. So it's no
nice hat, by the way.
And you're an absolute pro too. It's not new to you.
Like,
yeah,
it's looking crispy. Your guys.
Oh yeah, the hat looks great. You look great. You sound great.
Your guys are right here. Here's
Trav.
Here's Kyle's.
Yeah,
Chocolate Bride's got his on. Fuck yeah!
Nice.
I bet you wherever Eric is, I guarantee you he's wearing his right comboed shirt right now.
You like those hats, B? That's my all-time favorite trucker hat.
Yeah, man, it's a really nice
comfy,
fit,
man.
Yeah,
they fit really good, really good.
Yeah, and it's hard to find a good fitting hat these days, to be honest with you. I hate the ones with like the high crest on the front.
Right.
They just don't sit on your head right. Or
these are almost like that, buddy. Like these are bordering on too high for me. Like if you saw like
wouldn't go higher
than a little bit.
Yeah.
But like you can definitely push that in a little bit for sure. And if it gets anywhere
that's
up
okay,
here, definitely. Yeah. But I love it. I love it. And if anybody's listening and wants to take a peek, fire in the DMs. I just need to see that some people want it. I've actually already had 1 or 2 people say that they would love to check it out, but I need to have a little bit of demand before we pop another order in there. Yeah, keep us posted.
Check out my new hat.
What does it say?
What does it?
Oh, that's sad.
Again. Okay, Kyle. I went and played golf on Monday. This is totally off on a tangent here. This guy went and played golf on Monday. Solo golfing
he did.
Was a hell of a time. I was like sending Kyle
First
like real-time snapshots. Probably over a year. At least.
Sick.
If not more. It was great, man. I walked it. So I was a little sore afterwards. Absolutely a little sore afterwards, but it was so awesome. I was hitting some good shots. I was bombing some drives out there and wasn't really digging in the woods too much. So that was pretty sweet. But anyway, let's get back into the topic with content creation and stuff. Like I said, boys, the post-production is a little bit more just for a little glimpse. Like for the show, like when we're doing this, we're just talking. I'm following some topics here, but we're basically just talking and going off on tangents wherever we please. After the show is much more interesting, guys. It's a bit of a process. So I download the episode, I convert it to audio. So I have an MP3 and an MP4. And then I open up the two sites for uploading. So there's the one, it's like Spotify for podcasters, used to be called Anchor. And then I open up YouTube and I get the YouTube video, unless I need to edit the YouTube video. If we have any edits or cuts, then I have to upload it into the editor, cut all that stuff out, render it back out. So that takes a little bit longer. But if I don't, I just start the upload for the video. Sometimes I'll tinker with the audio because that's a little bit easier process. And then I'll get that one uploading. Dial in the episode description, make the episode thumbnail with all the art for the covers, which is super fun. I love doing those because what I'm doing when I do those is I'll go through the topics and I'll figure out what our titles are going to be based on funny shit that we talked about. So that's really funny to run back through and try and find funny ways to put that on the thumbnail. Like last week I did the big Sasquatch guy on it and he looked pretty funny. And so that's a pretty fun little piece. And so I upload all that, put the description and all the links in there, but I got to process the copy and paste all the links and stuff. So it's pretty easy there. Get the timestamps. So while I'm watching through, I'm timestamping when we start new segments and I'll just write the time down. And then that's how the episodes get chaptered out on YouTube. So if you see on YouTube, you can forward through chapters. All you have to do, it automatically does it. You put 000 as your first timestamp and you put it in a list like we have in our episode descriptions. And then at that time, it automatically puts a little page break in there. So that's nice. Makes it easier for making short clips for social media too. And so upload all of that stuff. And then it's just basically pumping out on social media, fellas. I'll hop in a couple days after the pod and make a short clip or something like that, or try to like direct some social media traffic towards one of the topics that we covered on that episode and stuff. So it's fun, guys. It's fun. It's all throughout the week. Like I said, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, yeah, short and sweet. Yeah, no, it's a process. Some weeks I'm more on top of it than others too, right? Like some weeks I just got too much shit going on, and this might be one of those weeks because I have a kid's birthday tomorrow, and then another kid, like one of my kids' birthdays tomorrow, and then another kid's birthday party to go to on Saturday. Sunday is Easter, so this one's bananas. So I'm gonna try and get as much promotion done as I can, but regardless, we will have an episode up, fellas, and that's a little glimpse behind the fourth wall into what it takes to produce the Right Combo podcast. But it is absolutely a passion project. And if it was something that was becoming a chore, I would do it. And it is not that. It's fun, guys. It's fun. So, yeah. And if you guys are interested in any of that shit, let me know and I'll show you how to do it.
Snap.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do. I can't operate unless I have too much on my plate. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys. This one's not for me. This one's for the boys. Keeg, what is your favorite thing about podcasting so far? I think this is going to be super awesome to hear what you guys have to say on this one.
It's probably going to be. I feel like we're all going to kind of have the same answer.
No,
I think it's
you're not allowed to say just getting together with the boys. You're not allowed to say that.
What? That is the best part about it.
We all know that. We say that every episode.
That is the best part. Unless we're making money,
I know.
That's like the best part of all of this. That is the best part. But I don't know. At first I was like really unsure. Like I don't know about this podcasting thing, Trav. I don't know if this is something I want to do. And you were so excited about it. I was like, okay, like we got to at least give it a chance, right? And I still feel like very awkward and weird on camera and being recorded and stuff like that. But what I like when those few times I've missed an episode and I've been re-listening, it like kills me not being a part of it. So I know I'm obviously having a good time, as awkward as I am. And I don't know, man. It like that is like the best part about it. Really, is
totally,
it's like
totally. I was just being an asshole.
Just hanging out with the boys.
Yeah,
like one night a week.
Yeah.
And maybe if it starts taking off, we'll be doing some cool stuff. But that's probably the biggest benefit for it right now.
I was asking a videographer from my work today about some camera recommendations for if we were to do some in-person podcast setups throughout the summer, because we've got a bunch of events that we're going to get together for. I want us to do a live show at every one of these fucking things that we're at, boys. And if we don't, I'm going to be extremely soft. I'm just going to tell you guys that. Like,
So flaccid.
Yeah, extremely flaccid. Just because that'd be so much fun. Just all of us sitting around, and at those events, we're gonna have some of the other boys who could pop in and potentially just shoot the shit and stuff. And so I think that'd be fantastic.
I agree. I think if we could, if all of us at a table with like one, well, maybe separate microphones, whatever, all of us at a table in person would make it so good.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. Kyle, what's your favorite thing about podcasting so far?
Well, we're not allowed to say getting together with the boys because like we've known each other for so long and like we don't get to do this kind of thing, but we are doing it. Pretty cool. Honestly, I think about the people. We have so many friends in common, and our friend group is so vast that even if someone who knows me but is really good friends with Keegan, sees that like he's on a podcast, they can just tune in and just kind of see what we're all up to, because we do have so many close friends that know each other, right? So like if I had the opportunity to see friends who I don't really talk about but like I still give a shit about what's going on in their life, just like see them shoot shit with a bunch of their friends who I am also friends with, like I'd hop on that and just like just listen to how they're talking and just kind of be a part of that conversation and see how they're talking with each other and where they're at with life and whatnot. So I like to think about that when we're doing this, that we have people that we don't really think about too often, probably tuning in just to be like, hey, I remember that fucking guy. He's a loser. Is he still a loser? Yeah. Still a loser.
Yeah, can confirm we're all still losers. Yeah. Oh, wait a sec, boys.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Yeah.
The first sound drop that I've used.
Sound drop. There it is.
Boom!
Finally.
Nailed it, boys. Fucking producer extraordinaire up in this piece.
Nice.
Yeah. Brian, what about you, buddy?
For me, it's the banter just between us. I love it. Yeah. The banter, what just happened there, the first movie quote drop. Love that. That's good.
Yeah, that's dope. It's fun too. Like you're like, we all know you, Brian, and anybody who knows you knows you're like a mischievous bastard. And so I knew that you were the guy to go to for the debut of Just the Tip, because I knew you were going to be fired up about that. And so I appreciate you firing off with one there, buddy. That was good. Yeah,
of course, man. Yeah, no worries. No, I love it. Like to me, like you guys all live far away now, right? Like even Trav, you're out in Sydney. It's not that far. I get it, but it's like it's further than you ever have been.
Totally. When you're used to traveling throughout Victoria, this is far. Like,
yeah, exactly. And then fucking you two a-holes moved halfway up the bloody island. So this is like our time to have a chat with each other and fucking see what's going on. I love it.
Yeah, me too, man. I'll be quick on mine, boys. My favorite part of podcasting is just the fact that we get together once a week, every week, and hang out with each other. That's my favorite part.
That's why we weren't allowed to say it. Trav's like, that's mine.
No, I think like honestly, like I think for me, it's just I like the creativity behind it. Like I like planning out the content. I love the fact that I get to do it with my best buddies. Obviously, that's like a super, super cool thing that like from a lot of the podcasts. Well, I guess a lot of people do that, but I think like our friendship's got quite a few layers, boys, and I think it's pretty cool that we have convened back in this medium, and it just happens to be something I'm good at, so that's probably part of why I like it. And so that's it's been pretty fun on the podcast. Okay, so do you guys have anything that's jumped out at you as something that was really unexpected for you as we've podcasted so far? Anything that like you were maybe thought wouldn't be great that was, or something that you thought would be good that wasn't?
Enjoying it more than I thought I would, because I was apprehensive.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Keegan was saying, just like your
To
enthusiasm, because you've done it for
saying.
so long. Like Trav, you've done it for so long, and you know how like easy it is. At first, it was like little overwhelming because you're like, yo, it's so easy, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck, man, we're like, okay, sure, but no, love it, absolutely love it. Like,
I kind of
for all
come
the
in hot
same reasons
sometimes.
that we were all saying.
Yeah, I come in hot a little bit
you-
sometimes. So I'm sorry.
As somebody who has so much going on, you have so much fucking energy.
I know, it's insane, man. So, how can we not support you when, like, we know what you have going on in your life and you're still managed to like pull this shit off? Like, it's fucking
Nice.
wild.
Nice.
So yeah.
Your commitment is out of pity. I appreciate that.
In the nicest way possible.
Respect.
No, man, like, we do a hell of a job. And respect. That's
Yeah. No, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And yeah, like when you guys send me those messages when you're not able to come on the show, and you're like pissed off that you weren't able to be on it, I'm secretly like fist pumping because that means that you're having fun and you're enjoying it. Obviously, I wish you could join that show, but it's just like an added layer that you're down for it and you're excited about it. And when you guys like Keegan, when you got your mic today, when Eric got his webcam last time, that gets me fired up too, because that just means you guys are diving more into it and you're excited about it. So love to see that as well. Yeah,
not a
so
paid advertisement.
I love
You got to
it.
shout them out, man. Get sponsors.
Yeah, but if
the Siren Mini, how do I sound? Do I sound pretty good, boys?
Sounds pretty crispy. That's what I'm saying.
Plug it in and go. It's pretty simple.
Nice.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's sweet. Hey, just how
you goes here
USB,
too.
and
Fucking
it's
shit up.
little mic. Oh, you got some animals around you?
Fucking cats over here destroying the couch, and I just want to just
no, you
know?
don't.
Yeah, I do. You know, it's a love-hate with this little bastard over here.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
He's gonna kill me if I
have the
try to pick him up.
grumpiest cat on the planet. I feel you, but he's dope.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Cool, boys. I think that's kind of our little delve into the content stuff there. Anything anyone wants to add a little bit? Anything you guys are excited for as we move forward? Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
Actually, one thing I was worried about is like we have a lot to talk about, and a lot of it is not PG. And I was worried that I wouldn't have much to say on here, but everything's been going pretty good so far.
Yeah, we can get into it a little bit, but yeah, we want to be respectful.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be a show that
relationships, so that's good.
Yeah, and we want to be something that people can anybody can come and sit down and have a laugh at some of the stupid shit that we talk about, or maybe our stupid slang terms for stuff or whatever. And so that's good stuff, Buzz.
Glizzies.
Good stuff. I like how it's going. Yeah, red hot.
Glizzies. Oh yeah.
That was great. I want to do like a classic moment compilation of different little clips from the show that were some good one-liners and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to dive in. That's a little tedious though.
We should have
some time for that.
We should have a segment of Eric just making up words and phrases every week. There's a new new Eric phrase, Ernie phrase.
Yeah, and not to mention a new nickname. Ernesto Sanchez, Ernie Milnes.
Ernesto.
Philip J. Milner.
Yeah. What a beaut. Miss him. Okay, boys, so we're going to get into Spittin' Rhymes and Splittin' Spines for this week.
Spit lines, split spines just to get mine. Spit lines, split spines just to get mine.
Had to make a
sick.
Oh, boy. Well,
what an upgrade.
Exhibit for the inspiration. Always loved like that line has resonated with me since I was probably like 9 years old, guys, and it's always just in the back of my head. So yeah, it's an ode to that exhibit. It's actually Exhibit and Eminem called Don't Approach Me. Absolute banger, but that is not the song that we're going to talk about on this week's version of Spittin' Rhymes and Splittin' Spines. So kind of a 2-for-1. That's called bang for your buck, ladies and gentlemen. You just got 2 song recommendations for one. Straight profit over here on the Right Combo podcast, folks. The song onto the Kate boys. I've been getting really into J. Cole lately, and I'm about a decade late to the party, but he is so fucking good. He's got some flows that I've never heard anybody do before, and he nails them super deep. Like for like the new age rappers, he is absolutely up there. He's like up there with like Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar. Absolutely easy for me. And I've only been into him for a couple months, so I don't even know that much of his library. I want to actually listen album by album and see how they go, just because like when it's on shuffle, you kind of can't tell what like phase of their rap game they were at, you know what I mean? Where I like to see like the progression and stuff.
Right.
But this song is called Pride is the Devil, and it's a pretty sick song. He comes into the verse super hard. But the part that I'm going to talk about here is where he's talking about all the different ways that having like too much pride can backfire on you. And it's pretty deep shit, boys, because he fucking nails it with all of them. And so I'm going to censor myself with a couple of substitute words here, fellas. So just bear with that. Not exactly as he says it in the song. But yeah, called Pride is the Devil by J. Cole. And he goes, pride makes a sucker act way harder than he really be. Pride hides the shame when city cuts off all utilities. Pride hides the pain of growing up inhaling poverty. Pride makes a homie feel a way that you unfollow me. Make a homie flash 1,000 like he hit the lottery. Make a baby mama make shit harder than it's gotta be. Make you have to take the bitch to court to see your prodigy. Make you have to use your last resort and pull a robbery. Pride be the reason for the family dichotomy. Got uncles and some aunties that's too proud to give apologies. Slowly realizing what the root of all my problems be. It's got me feeling different when somebody says they're proud of me. Like, whoa. And the way he delivers it is obviously way doper than I did. But like the depth there and how much he nails all of that stuff is just so on point. You got to listen to the song Pride is the Devil. I'm going to link it in the description. Got to check it out. Check out more J. Cole. Some other ones, No Role Models is really good. Middle Child is really good. Wet Dreams is really good. A bunch of really good stuff. So go check that out. And I've only scratched the surface. So if anybody has any sick J. Cole song recommendations, please fire away with them, because I want to dive into that stuff that maybe is a little bit more obscure and that you have to find by listening to the whole album. I would love for people to toss that stuff out there because, yeah, he's my jam right now. You guys ever dabbled in some J. Cole?
Dude, yeah. I know one J. Cole song. That's it.
Yeah, no.
What one is it again?
Power Trip.
Never heard.
It's a good one. I think that's his second album. It's a good one.
It's the only one I know.
Featuring a guy named Miguel. I think it's featuring a guy named Miguel, and he's actually on one of Mac Miller's songs called Weekends as well. Yeah. Fun fact for you tonight. 5 songs and a fun
fact. Little reminder. Just a little reminder, if anyone's forgot, A Tribe Called Quest still exists. If you guys ever want to go back down that train, just went back down it. Yes, you can.
So good, man.
In the car today, Eminem. I was listening to some Eminem, and it put Lucy to sleep in the car.
What song?
I can't remember if we were listening to Stan or if it was. I don't know what song we were on. I had a bunch of songs queued up.
So much good stuff.
It might have been Stan.
I could bring Eminem rhymes and fill out like 4 full episodes, but I haven't done it just yet because I feel it's like way too token white kid for me to start bringing Eminem rhymes right away.
Oh, he's fucking good.
So I get a pause on that, but he's got some bangers that I'll bring out later for sure because he's my favorite rapper of all time. You guys know that. And yeah, love it. Love it. And you know what's funny? I used to not listen to Eminem sometimes because Sabrina used to associate me listening to Eminem to me being pissed off. So when we used to live in the basement, I would, like if I was pissed off, I'd probably be cleaning the kitchen just to keep myself busy and not being angry. And sometimes I would fire on some angry ass Eminem. And so I used to not listen to Eminem even when I wasn't angry because I didn't want her to think I was in the kitchen pissed off at her. So that's a funny little thing. Yeah. But I'm going to bring it back, okay? I'm going to bring it back. But it's hard because the kids are always around, so I can't be like hammering that stuff, you know what I mean? Like Elena hears it in some songs, and there's a couple where she'll say it, and it's adorable when she says it, but it's like, Elena, you can't be singing that. Your daddy does, and all the songs daddy listens to does, but just don't.
Time and a place for certain words.
Yeah. 100%. Actually, we had that conversation last week. She listens to a song called Weekends by Freya Ridings. Actually, a really good song. She's almost like Florence and the Machine, like really good song. Like it's got a bit of a dancey beat to it or whatever. But there's one where she goes and she says like, "I'm so fucking lonely" or something, and Elena's just like, You can see her in the back seat when we're driving, and she's trying to say it under her breath. She's like, "I'm so fucking lonely," and she's like looking at me to see if I see her say it, and she sees that I see her, and she gets this big shit eater on her face, like, "I just said a swear word." It's so funny, so funny. So I had to have a conversation. I said, "Sweetie, I know it's a part of the song, but there's a time and a place for that, and you don't do that around other people."
Yeah, other grown-ups.
Yeah,
I guess.
Pretty much. Awesome, fellas. Well,
Walter.
that's all I've got. Is there any? Oh, Walter looking handsome on the screen. For any of our audio listeners,
We've got something.
Kyle's beautiful cat Walter is on the screen saying, "What up?"
A few episodes ago that I missed.
Yep.
The 80s. None of you guys like the 80s?
80s was all right, but like
there's so much good music that came out of the 80s.
But if you ask the consensus of people, 80s music is absolute garbage, Keegan. I think
which is crazy because there's just so many good songs that
I agree.
Come from the 80s. It's great. You throw in Spotify like 80s rock songs or 80s just playlist, and there's so many bangers on there, dude.
It's true.
So many
and then
good
hip hop kind of starting,
and lots of songs that people know all the word, like at least for the chorus. People know the choruses to all these different songs.
Yeah,
they're good, man. Some good movies too.
I feel that. I think the 80s might be in the running. Let's bring it back.
80s were pretty good.
Yeah, the fashion was kind of off though, like fluorescent windbreakers and shit like that, and like really puffy
like that one,
hair,
right?
Like nah.
Yeah, that's like flowing into the early 90s as well, right? All that. Like,
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Crisscross on their backwards
jeans.
Nice.
What song from the 80s that's got me hooked is Separate Ways by Journey.
Oh, yeah. Great song.
Yeah. You probably know it as the Tron song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So good.
Have you listened to that song?
Sure. The whole song? Yeah. It's a good track, man.
It slams. It's a banger.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We touching when our separate ways. Someday love will find you.
That's it.
Nice, buddy. Yeah, that song
goes hard.
Does
like an
bang.
80s hair metal song, it goes hard for sure.
Yeah.
I also like Lights. When the lights go down in the city, that's a good song. I think it's just called Lights.
Like
slower journey jam. But when the lights go down in the city. Good tune.
Oh yeah.
Also, Love and Touch and Squeezin'. Love and Touch and Squeezin' is awesome as well. Yeah. You make
discography.
All right.
Trav, you're amazing.
Yeah. Well, I just had to get that out there. I feel like we probably like the 80s more than we all think.
I like it. I like you calling us out on that, holding us accountable as you should.
Just had to chime that in
but
there.
if we're making garbage takes on the podcast, boys, you absolutely call us out. What kind of friend are you if you're not holding us accountable to not being a complete idiot?
MJ, buddy. Loads of MJ was the 80s.
Oh, okay, sold. I'm a complete idiot. You should have called me out for that. Yeah. Okay, you win.
Okay, fine.
All right, fellas. Well, any parting shots for the people today? Thanks for anyone who's tuned in and stuck around this long. We got $1.13 in on this episode. I think that's a pretty tidy little number. But yeah, boys, floor is yours. If you got any parting shots.
Nope.
All righty then. Any audio listeners, Kyle just flipped the bird. He doesn't mean that. He loves you all. As well as any of our video listeners, any of our social media followers, please make sure you go find us on all of those other platforms. The Meat and Potatoes is the YouTube channel, so please subscribe there. I'm going to be trying to put some more short form content out there, but dive in. We like to think we're super smart, funny, and good looking, and we hope that you think so too. So until next week, for Keeg, Kyle, and Bri, I am Uncle Trav. Good night.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf? Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! House is a fucking prison! I'm playing bullshit! A galaxy of this sucks camel dicks! Hey
guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.